There comes a point in life, especially as the years gather softly behind us, when we begin to crave not more noise, not more excitement, but peace. Not the kind of peace that hides from the world, but the kind that faces it calmly, with quiet faith and steady eyes. We have all been hurried, haven't we? We've rushed through days and decades, chasing what we thought would make us whole. And yet, the more we hurry, the less alive we often feel. Today, let's pause, let's breathe, let's talk about calmness, not numbness, not indifference, but that sacred stillness that lets us hear God's whisper in the midst of life's storm. Because calmness isn't weakness, it's spiritual strength at rest. And in a hurried world, calmness is holy courage. Let's be clear. Numbness is not calmness. A lifeless rock isn't calm, it's just dead. Real calmness isn't the absence of feeling. It's full aliveness, under control. No one lives more fully, intensely, and consciously than a calm man. The fatalist may look calm on the outside, but deep down, he's a coward, a slave to his surroundings. He gives up, he shrugs and says, "What will be, will be." He treats life like a rudderless boat, drifting wherever the tides pull him. No purpose, no direction, no responsibility. That's not calmness, that's surrender. That's defeat dressed in the clothes of passivity. But the man who is truly calm, he's a captain. His course is set, his hands are firm on the wheel. Storms may come, fog may fall, waves may rise, but he does not panic. He knows what must be done. Do the best you can today, with the light you've been given. And when life throws him off course, he doesn't give up, he reorients, gets back on track, and presses on. He doesn't obsess over how or when he'll arrive at his harbor. He just knows he will, because he's moving with intention, not drifting with fear. He rests in calmness, not because the future is guaranteed, but because he has done his best. If his efforts are overthrown, if his plans crumble, he bows his head in peace. Because he understands. The future is not his to control, only the present moment is. That's the mystery of life. God does not reveal the entire path, only the next step. We are given new mornings, new beginnings, new wisdom, but not final outcomes. So we learn to live in calm trust. Because calmness doesn't come from outside, it rises from deep within. Think about the sea. The storms rage at the surface, violent winds, crashing waves. But go 300 feet below, and it is still, quiet, unmoved. That's what calmness feels like. To prepare for life's great storms, we must first master inner stillness in ordinary moments. Calmness is the crown of self-control. So when daily worries start to wear you down, when life's small frustrations begin to eat away at you, stop, breathe, rest your mind, let peace have space to settle inside you. Because if you let outside forces rule you, if you let irritations dictate your behavior, you are declaring they are more powerful than you. Don't give them that honor. Instead, study each frustration, name it, face it, and bring your full willpower to bear. You'll be surprised how quickly those problems shrink like shadows at sunrise. As calmness floods your being, you'll feel a glow of strength, a quiet but undeniable power rising from within. This is your true self, unshaken. And when the big trials come, the life-altering setbacks, the collapse of dreams, you will be ready. When everything you've built falls to pieces, and you're left staring at the ashes of your life's work, you will not scream, you will not collapse, you'll stand with quiet dignity and whisper, "So be it. I will build again." When slander or betrayal comes knocking, when small people try to drag you into petty fights, don't chase revenge. Stay calm. Like the gray heron, chased by the mighty eagle, it doesn't run. It stands its ground, still, tall, calm, and when the eagle strikes with full force, it often impales itself on the sharp beak of the very bird it attacked. Let that image stay with you. The calm destroy the chaotic, not with aggression, but with composure. The one who attacks others often wounds himself most. Nature has her own justice. It's called the boomerang. What you send out will return. In nature, she keeps meticulous records. She may not settle every account at the end of the month, but she always balances the books. So the calm man does not lower himself to retaliate. Revenge is so far beneath him, he cannot even reach it without stooping. When he's hurt, he doesn't lash out. He wraps himself in the royal robes of calmness and walks on. Even when death reaches into his life and takes the one he loves most, when his world grows cold and dark and silent, it is the calmness he's been cultivating for years that becomes his shelter. It's the reserve tank of strength that holds him when his knees give way. And when he sees injustice, when evil seems to win, and wrongdoers prosper, it takes moral courage not to flinch, not to despair. It's tempting to think, what's the point of goodness? But the calm man does not ask that. He knows the wind may howl, the skies may darken, but storms never last. It's easy to get discouraged in a world that often seems upside down. We see dishonest people climbing into wealth and power. We watch corrupt politicians being rewarded while the truly virtuous are overlooked. We see ignorance celebrated and wisdom discounted. Vice wears velvet and virtue wears rags. But here's the truth. To the man who has truly found calmness, these contradictions lose their power. They do not disturb him. Why? Because he isn't chasing fairness from the world. He's not obsessed with the scoreboard of others. He is simply focused on living his own life well, with honor, with integrity. He lets the big questions of justice fall into the hands of the one who sees all. Omniscience. When calmness becomes a part of your very presence, when people feel peace just by being around you, that's when you know you've made real progress. But calmness cannot be chased directly. You don't wake up one day and say, I'll be calm today. You cultivate it slowly, through a lifetime of virtues. It is the flower that grows from the soil of self-discipline, trust, humility, and purpose. What we desperately need today, what you and I both need, isn't more motivation hacks or shortcuts to success. We need a higher standard of living, not in possessions, but in purpose. A deeper respect for life's dignity, a nobler view of who we are and what we can become. With this spirit of calmness growing within, we gain the power to pull back, away from the noise, away from the chaos, away from the daily shouting match of the world. The noise reaches our ears like the distant hum of a city heard from a hot air balloon. It's there, but it doesn't shake us. We're not isolated, we're just anchored. The calm man still deeply cares. He still aches for the world. He is not indifferent, but his inner sanctuary, his calm center, is a place he can retreat to for strength. It is his holy of holies. It is where he goes not to escape the world, but to return to it stronger. Because the full glory of a life well lived is found in the majesty of calmness. Let's now talk about something we all wrestle with: hurry. The very first sermon ever preached, at the very beginning of creation, was this: rest. After 6 days of creation, after all the wonder, beauty, and brilliance, God paused. Not because he needed to, but because he was teaching us something. Perfect order needs perfect rest. Whether you believe the creation story literally or symbolically, the lesson is eternal. Nature doesn't rush. Nature doesn't panic. Nature doesn't hurry. Look around. The trees grow slowly. The tides come and go at their appointed time. There's no frenzy in the stars, no hurry in the turning of the earth. But we sprint from one moment to the next like it's all about to fall apart. Hurry is not speed. Speed can be focused, deliberate, purposeful. Hurry is chaotic energy without direction. It's activity without clarity. And so many of our failures, our emotional breakdowns, our poor decisions, come not from slowness, but from the madness of doing too much, too fast, without thinking. Hurry is America's disease. It's the result of a culture that confuses motion with meaning. It looks like urgency, but it hides a terrible truth. We don't know what really matters. Hurry disguises itself in noble intentions. I'm working hard for my family. I'm building something great, but in the process, we often lose the very people and peace we claim to be working for. We sacrifice the present joy of our children for the promise of future success. We become ghosts in our own homes, the man who pays the bills but isn't really there. We hear all about what a wife should be, sweet, smiling, supportive. But where is the conversation about him? Shouldn't the husband be thoughtful, attentive, emotionally present too? Why is it always her job to read his mood, to greet him with affection, to walk on eggshells? Has she not spent her day in quiet battles of her own? Has she not juggled the chaos of children, the weight of invisible emotional labor, and the thousand small decisions no one sees? And yet, she too is told to smile. Would you like me to continue to train 17 and complete the next emotional passage? Compile the full Majesty of Calmness, rewrite into a polished script or downloadable format? Add voiceover cues and soft call to actions for your YouTube style? Is it not strange how often we treat men, grown men, as if they are fragile children? Society pampers them, makes excuses for them, demands the world walk on eggshells so their ego doesn't bruise. But isn't it love, real love, that keeps women quietly solving problems in the background, problems they carry in silence, without applause, without pause? And yet, in the mad rush of ambition, in their breathless sprint to make it, so many men throw away the very virtues that give life meaning. Honor, truth, generosity, done in the name of winning. We watch politicians stand by while entire cities drink poison, not because they don't know better, but because they're waiting to see where their cut is. If someone has to suffer for them to gain, so be it. An army poisoned, just a casualty in the war for profit. And this, my friend, is the madness of hurry. This is the age of the hothouse. We've tossed natural growth aside, replacing it with forced acceleration, artificial pressure, and toxic ambition. It's all about speed now, and nowhere is this more painfully visible than in our schools. Yes, education, the thing that should free us, has become a monument to hurry. We force children into endless hours of cramming, stuffing their minds with facts they cannot digest, pushing them to sprint a marathon they were never built for. They are taught everything, except how to use their senses, how to think, how to live. Their minds swell with undigested knowledge, their bodies weaken from stress, and their spirits quietly fade. If you've ever looked at a child weighed down by 10 textbooks, dark circles under their eyes, and a heart no longer excited to learn, then maybe you've wanted to scream too. Stop this modern slaughter of the innocents. But say that aloud, and the defenders of the system will scoff. They'll wave their degrees and test scores. They'll smile, smugly pointing to proof that it works. But does it? 15 years, sometimes more, of education, and yet we send them into life untrained for living. They've mastered exams, but not their emotions. They've earned diplomas, but not discernment. They know what to think, but not how to think. And so the cycle continues, from school to burnout, from burnout to college, from college to a dazed walk into the adult world, unprepared for its storms. Hurry has killed calmness. It's killed dignity. It's killed presence. It has murdered courtesy. that sweet grace of a slower, more thoughtful time. Even our eating reflects our rush. We bolt our food like prisoners with a stopwatch. Quick lunches, faster dinners, and stomachs full of regret. No wonder indigestion is the national ailment. We forget we are the only creatures who dine. The rest simply feed, and yet we've gladly abandoned the table of calmness for a frantic food court of fast meals and faster problems. Man rebels, his stomach revolts, and he ends up carrying a bottle of digestive pills in his coat like a secret admission of defeat. He is another victim of the cult of speed. But there's more. Hurry is the fastest path to nervous breakdown. It wears down our inner world until we collapse under invisible pressure. Why? Because all truly great things take time. The higher the vision, the deeper the roots must grow. A mushroom rises overnight, but an oak tree? It takes decades. Fads flash and fade. Philosophy lasts for generations. If your calling is real, if your values are deep, don't rush it. Even the longest nights still lead to dawn. If it must grow slowly, so be it. Let patience be your fuel. Let the delay be your preparation. Let the wait become part of the wisdom. Let us, as individuals, banish the word hurry from our vocabulary. Let's never want anything so badly that we would trade our honor to get it faster. Instead, let's walk with calmness. Let's rest when needed. Let's bear pain bravely. Let's strive not for speed, but for truth. Let us not fume at delay, chafe at rejection, or crumble under opposition. Let us face forward, eyes open, soul steady. Let our life be in harmony with itself, true to its values, steadily moving toward their fulfillment. Let us see the word hurry for what it truly is, a thief in disguise. For hurry kills truth, it kills loyalty, it kills excellence, it replaces substance with speed. Let's instead choose the path of calmness, the quiet strength of a life nobly lived. Let's walk it together. So tonight or tomorrow morning, when you feel the rush rising again, pause. Listen to the silence between your breaths. Remember, the same God who calms the seas can calm your heart. Let this be your prayer. Lord, help me move slowly enough to see your hand in all things, and calm enough to trust that you are already there. Because the majesty of life is not found in how fast we run, but in how faithfully we walk. And when you live that way, anchored, present, peaceful, you won't just find calmness. You'll become it. This is the light of a growth mindset. Walk in peace, and may your heart stay still in a restless world.